Very good morning, dear friends. Myself, Dr. Vikrant Sudhakar Padekar. I am working as Assistant Professor in Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jawahar, Palghar. Welcome in the fifth lecture of carbonyl compounds. In the earlier four sessions, we have seen the different methods by which aldehyde and ketones can be prepared. We have seen 6 methods by which aldehyde and ketones can be seen. Now we are going to see what are the different reactions given by aldehyde and ketones and what are the basic mechanism related with it. So in this particular session we are going to see the general mechanism of nucleophilic addition of carbonyl groups and 2 reactions given by aldehyde and ketones. As we have know that in terms of the reactivity of this particular carbonyl group, so we know that whatever the oxygen present in the carbonyl group, it is being electronegative than carbon, and it is being highly polar and making this carbonyl carbon as a electron deficient. So this particular carbonyl carbon will become electron deficient because of electronegative oxygen present, and this oxygen is carrying a non-bonded electron. So there is a very large electron density present on the oxygen due to lone pair. Hence, this particular carbon become less of electron density. So it is also called as a electron deficient, having lower energy. As we know that if you see this particular carbonyl group and its resonating structure, so you will observe the oxygen is carrying negative charge while carbon is carrying positive charge. So this is a resonance hybrid structure where we can clearly see the oxygen is carrying delta negative charge while carbon is carrying delta positive charge. So we can say in general this particular molecule is polar one, having polarity. So we know that this particular carbonyl carbon is being electron deficient, so it can use the nucleophilic addition to the carbonyl group. So the nucleophile can add to this particular carbonyl carbon very easily. So in general we can say it is being nucleophilic addition reactions. So as we know that this particular aldehyde and ketone both contain this particular carbonyl carbon. So there is a very good chances that these 2 molecules can give the nucleophilic addition. Already we know that what are the addition reactions. Addition reactions are those reactions where whatever the reagent molecule present, it totally get added to the carbon. Just addition is just like 1 plus 1 gives 2. So in this case you will not get any byproduct as such. So it is just reaction in which A reacts with B and gives C only. So this is a nucleophilic addition. So you will see first general mechanism. What is the mechanism related with the addition reaction? So let us see first. Nucleophile attacks the carbonyl group. Whatever the nucleophile, so nucleophile is the species which is electron rich, having very good electron density. So it will attack the carbonyl group. The carbon oxygen pi bonds, this particular bonds breaks and resulting intermediate will form as a tetrahedral intermediate. So because of the trigonal sp2 carbon in the reactants has become a tetrahedral, that is sp3 in the intermediate step. So this is a 2-step mechanism. As we know that this particular carbonyl group, it is a trigonal in nature, having 120-degree angle. So at this particular position you will see that this particular carbon is being sp2 hybridized. So this nucleophile having a high electron density will attack on the carbonyl carbon which is having low electron density. So as a result of that, this particular bonds breaks. So this arrow will go in this manner, and due to this nucleophile will added to the carbon. So you will find new bond is being formed between nucleophile and carbon, and now the stereochemistry has changed. The trigonal molecule being converted into tetrahedral intermediate. So where oxygen is carrying negative charge. So this is being also called as a alkoxide molecule. So this is a tetrahedral intermediate. See the geometry from trigonal planar get converted into tetrahedral intermediate, just like a structure of methane what we have seen in the last year. Bond angle is 109 degree 28 minutes. So this is a tetrahedral intermediate. So tetrahedral intermediate is having negative charge. As we know that every charge carrying species is being unstable. So in the next step what will happen, this O minus will accept H plus and will get converted into product. So this is the addition product you will observe which is being formed by attack of the nucleophile. So if you see this particular structure and this particular structure, what is the difference? O is being converted into OH, and the new nucleophile, that is electron rich species, being added to the carbon. Okay. So earlier there was 3 species, 1, 2 and 3. Now there are how many species? 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is a newly coming group what we can see. So this is a mechanism. We will see one by one with the help of example. Now let us say take a particular example. Now we will see the aldehyde. So when this aldehyde get attacked by the nucleophile, so this is a nucleophilic addition given by aldehydes. Okay. So nucleophile is a strong. Once it attacks the carbonyl carbon, it forms the alkoxide ion and that get protonated. Either that proton will come either by solvent or by adding HCl. So let us see aldehydes. This carbon is sp2 hybridized. So what will happen? It is carbon is being electron deficient. It will get attacked by the nucleophile. It is being electron rich species. So there is a bond formation. Attack will take place. When I say the attack, this arrow means what? There is a bond is going to form between this carbon and new group, that is being nucleophile. So here you will find the tetrahedral intermediate where the new group has come with the red color arrow, and R and H as it is. This oxygen is carrying negative charge. So this is a tetrahedral intermediate. Here you will find this particular carbon is now being sp3 hybridized. From sp2 to sp3, remember this one. And next case, there is a protonation takes place. This proton will come either from the solvent or by adding the acid. So what will happen? This particular addition product will form. Here you will find the O minus is converted into OH and new nucleophile. R and H is already present in the aldehyde part. So this is the addition product. As I already told you, there is no byproduct form. Whole the nucleophile getting added across the reagent. So no byproduct. So that's why it is called as a addition product. Now in case of the ketone, same phenomena will observe. In case of the ketone, you will observe 2 alkyl groups or RL groups are present in between the carbonyl group. Ketone, this particular carbon is sp2 hybridized. Nucleophile will attack. This will form the alkoxide ion. This now the geometry will change. This particular carbon will be now sp3, and this O minus in the next step will accept the proton and you will get the proton. So this is the addition product you will observe in case of the aldehyde, and this is the addition product you will observe in case of the ketone. So these are coming from, so this particular part is coming from what? Ketone. Okay, this is a nucleophile. Now we are going to see the reactions. Now the mechanism is clear how the nucleophile attacks through the carbonyl group, whether it is aldehyde or ketone. Now we will see the nucleophilic reactions. First reaction is addition of HCl, hydrogen cyanide. Carbonyl compound reacts with HCl and form addition product known as cyanohydrins. Cyano group on hydrolysis can be converted into COH group, and cyanohydrins can be converted into alpha hydroxide. First remember that whenever the addition of HCl will take place across the carbonyl group, it will form the cyanohydrins. Cyanohydrins are the compounds where you will find cyanide groups and OH group are attached to the carbon. Let us see. Acetaldehyde when reacts with the hydrogen cyanide. So hydrogen cyanide is again a polar molecule where you will find the Cn minus is being a negatively charged species. So it will attack, Cn minus will attack the nucleophile. So Cn minus will attack the carbonyl carbon and this O minus will results, and in the next case this O minus form will accept this H plus ion and it will get converted into OH. So it is a cyanohydrine of acetaldehyde, that's why it is called as a acetaldehyde cyanohydrine. So this particular part you will observe it is coming from acetaldehyde and this is a newly group H in the red head and Cn, it is being added from the reagent. So hydrogen cyanide we can say it is a very good nucleophile. So in the next case this particular product is formed, the cyanide group, as we can know it is a triple bond in between the carbon and nitrogen, C triple bond N, it is undergo acid hydrolysis and this Cn is getting converted into OH. So we can say acetaldehyde getting converted into lactic acid. Okay, so remember how we can convert acetaldehyde into lactic acid. This is a cyanide group, if you want you can convert, otherwise you can stop over here only. Understood? Now addition of HCN to ketone. Let us take the example of acetone. What is IUPAC name of acetone? It is 2-propanone. So when this 2-propanone get added to HCN, the Cn minus will attacks on the carbon and this trigonal molecule will convert into tetrahedral intermediate, where you will find formation of cyanohydrine, where HCN and OH group is present. Okay, so this structure is again coming from acetone. So it is a cyanohydrine of acetone, that's why it is called as a acetone cyanohydrine. Now take the example of aromatic aldehyde. What is aromatic aldehyde? Best example is benzaldehyde. So it get added to HCN. What will happen? Simple, Cn minus will attack to the carbon, Cn bond formation will take place, carbon Cn bond formation takes place and this H will go to O minus. So it is a cyanohydrine of benzaldehyde. I hope so you are understanding. Very simple. The mechanism part is not expected, here you can write direct product. Now second reaction given by aldehyde and ketone, that is by action of sodium bisulfide. What is the formula? NaHSO3. Sodium bisulfide you can write in this way, NaHSO3. So when aldehyde and ketones add to NaCO3, it forms bisulfide compound, which is a sodium salt of hydroxysulfonic acid, that is being adduct, and this adduct is also called as a sulfonate. Let us see the examples, you will understand. NaHSO3. So here you have to understood what is being negative part and what is being positive charge. As we know that H plus is positive and SO3 minus Na is the negative part. So SO3 sulfur is being negatively charged or nucleophilic in the nature. So it will SO3 minus will attack on this carbon. So you will find here carbon SO3 minus Na bond, and whatever the H present in sodium bisulfide, it will go to the oxygen. So it is a bisulfite of sodium, so that's why it is called as a acetone sodium bisulfite. So this is a adduct, or we can say sodium salt. So remember, very simple reaction. Next is take aldehyde from aromatic. You can take any acetaldehyde or try to write with the acetaldehyde also. Benzaldehyde reacts with NaHSO3. So you will find benzene sodium sulfate, sodium bisulfite. So this is a benzaldehyde sodium bisulfite form when benzaldehyde reacts with NaHSO3. See the bond between carbon and sulfur. So SO3 minus Na over here and H. So this is only this salt you can again convert it into another by adding HCl also. So this is not being expected. So try to remember up to here only how this NaSO3 reacts with aldehyde and ketone. So what you have to remember, they form sodium bisulfite salt, that is also being called as a adduct. Why this reaction is being carried out? Because sodium bisulfite salts, whatever the salts being formed, they are solid in the nature, okay, and they can be converted into another product by addition of acid. So we can say they can be decomposed by acid back. So this particular method by formation of sodium bisulfite salt is used to separate aldehyde and ketone from other non-carbonyl compounds. So this is a method for use for the separation of carbonyl compounds. So this is a very good application of reaction known as action of sodium bisulfite. Go through these two reactions and what are the mechanism part of what we have seen in earlier part during the nucleophilic addition. Hope so you will understood. This is a very simple reactions, one step reactions. The mechanism part is very important as per as the examination point of view. You need to write the mechanism and you need to explain what are the geometrical changes taking place when the carbonyl compound get attacked by the nucleophile. Thank you very much. See you in the next sessions.